It takes a visionary who is truly awake to elevate the awareness of others. And, when CEO, Chief Visionary Officer, Mr. Wayne Nugent founded WorldVentures on fun, freedom, and fulfillment, he's been admired and respected as well as questioned by many people for his vision, showing thousands worldwide how to reinstate hope and ultimately become the masters in the art of living. So we would want to welcome with all our hearts Mr. Wayne Nugent. Wayne, is that you that we have as a co-host?
Yes.
There we go.
All right.
Good evening, Wayne. How are you doing?
Really good. I'm excited. Good to see you.
Absolutely. So, Wayne, we just want to make sure everybody can hear you loud and clearly. Wayne, if you can just greet everybody so we can just test the sound with you.
So we've got South Africa and others from around the world, or mostly all South Africa or Africa?
We've got people from Asia, USA, Europe, and Africa on this call this evening.
Okay, well, welcome everybody. I'm glad to be here with you. I wish I was with you in person. You know how we do it. You know how much fun we have when we're together.
Absolutely.
And but tech is working. Zoom is working for us.
It is, Wayne. It's working brilliantly, and I think that it's shown everybody how we can truly do a home-based business through the technology. So I know we kickstarted bootcamp in Europe yesterday, and Africa is certainly very excited for next weekend, and we'll come back to that at the end. But Wayne, it's been crazy times, and one of the questions that I've got for you, you've been in business for such a long time, and you certainly used to the world changing and the adversity which has been thrown at you. And obviously the last 4 or 5 months has been completely unconventional for us. Where do you see business and travel going coming out of the COVID lockdown?
Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
That's for sure.
You don't want it as much as until somebody takes it away from you, and so that's kind of what's going on right now. There's just this pent up demand, okay, because, people have been locked down. They've been questioning their whole life right now. While they're locked down, while they're quarantined, they're saying to themselves, this is what I'm hearing from around the world. This is what people are saying in multiple languages in their own heads, okay, in their own heart, in their own soul searching. They're all saying, I knew I wanted to travel before, but now that I've been locked up and not allowed to travel, I can't travel. Now I really, really want to travel. But it's also going to be, am I safe? Who am I traveling with? So we always want to have a good time. We always want the most bang for the buck on travel, right? We want the best experience that we can get for the lowest cost. And so that's what we have, with our membership. But that's the concept we got to break through to most people is there's retail, there's wholesale, and then there's free. So we spend most of our time talking about wholesale as a member. So most people are always thinking retail, and they want the best price, the lowest deal they can get on retail. But Expedia and Booking.com, their lowest price is our highest price as a member. But what's better than the membership pricing is free. And so how can you be earning travel, by becoming a rep with us, making that a part of your lifestyle, your product, your opportunity. And right now there's more people than ever looking for opportunity. And so why not travel as the opportunity? Why not travel as the product? And they would say to you, because nobody's traveling, we're all on lockdown. But I would say just the opposite. I would say that, because I went through here in the United, the tech boom and the tech bust, and then after that was 9/11. And think about that. I mean, if you go back to 9/11 and you look at the airline stocks and the cruise line stocks and all that, they thought, they were down like they are right too. I mean, now's worse. Now is worse. It's a worldwide thing, not, but terrorism was that way. When 9/11 happened, they didn't know where it was going to hit next. And so people were afraid to fly worldwide. And that gave us, the TSA and all the security protocols that we got to go through at the airport. But let's say coronavirus fear continues. Well, I want to know who I'm traveling with. And now people are going to say, I want to travel, but I want to travel safely. And if we charter the plane, or if you go to a resort like where we take over the whole property, and that resort knows us, we're a good partner to them, they reassure us. They say, we sprayed everything down. We know you. We know your group. Don't worry. You're in safe hands. We're going to take good care of you. And they will. And that's what's going on. So we've already done like trips to Mexico. We're the first, like, let me tell everybody, like, here's United States, here's Texas borders Mexico. And in the past with Mexico, it was swine flu and people were afraid to go to Mexico. And the United States government is saying, don't go to Mexico. Worldwide governments are saying, don't go to Mexico because of swine flu. At those times, WorldVentures, we were number one in the world into Mexico because we went with each other and we had a blast and we were safe and it was no problem. Same thing. Next time they were chopping heads off at the border. This was the news. This was the nightly news, all the killing that's going on the border. And they were just scaring you. Don't go into, these parts of Mexico and all this. And here we come. We show up in force and we're number one in the world into Mexico. And again, we had a great time. We felt safe. We knew the property owners. So that's a part of what we do that no other travel company does. And that's not just because US and Texas and the border of Mexico. No, we have those kind of relationships in Europe. We have those kind of relationships in Asia, in South Africa, I believe. Why? Because we have you, Sally and Andrew, representing our brand. So yes, when us corporately do dream trips, from here, Dallas, Texas, but you're our leaders on the ground there, and it's your leaders and their leaders, and you're building your travel club inside of our travel club. So I tell you what, I won't go out and recruit any terrorists, okay, and befriend and invite them on our dream trip, okay? I promise I won't do that. You promise not to do that too?
Absolutely.
So the thing about building this network is we know who's in our network. That's the beauty of friend telling friend, telling friend, telling friend. It's like when we show up, we all know each other. And it does feel more safe and secure. So we've always known it's been more fun. Where we go on a dream trip is a lot more fun than a vacation. So we go on a dream trip, we have this dream trip experience, but a part of what makes a dream trip and not a vacation is you, okay? The quality of people that we are recruiting and inviting to become members along with us. That's all I'm ever saying. When I'm out recruiting, it's like, would I want to travel with this person? And if I'm recruiting and somebody tells me no and they reject me, they reject what I have, I don't care because I'm not after everybody. Okay? If somebody doesn't want to spend the money to join us, which God gave everybody free will, and you worked for your money, you can decide what to spend it on or what not to spend it on. And I'm not going to make you feel stupid if you don't join us, or I'm not going to make you wrong if you don't join us. It's just, no, I love you as a human being. Get in where you fit in. If I know you're not psychic, I know you don't know that this travel club exists. And the only way you're going to find out about it is through word of mouth, because we don't do radio ads and TV ads and newspaper ads and online ads and LinkedIn. The only thing, we all do word of mouth. And we grow over time organically. All right. And that's slower than like a mass marketing online internet blitz, campaign where we hired some huge advertising firm, to do it. But you grow organically and you build a network. Okay. You build a community. We build our tribe. so you get like, attract like. And so if I go offer this to somebody and they say no to it, okay, good. I'm glad they said no to it, because a person convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. So I don't want to be like a hard closer, get somebody in, then go travel with them, and they don't really want to be there.
Yeah.
And the energy is not the same.
Exactly.
So if I let my no's be no's and my yeses be yeses, then the ones that the light bulb goes off, they just see it and go, man, you had me at hello. You had me at fun, freedom, and fulfillment. I was it. You should be here. Hell yeah. So there's some people that just right off the bat get a sense of who we are. And as the presentation goes on, they just get more and more excited. You show the product up front and they're like, okay, I'm in. And then they show the opportunity, like, okay, I'm in. And that's the other thing. My advice would be, don't apologize for the opportunity. There's so many people that shy away from the opportunity because they're embarrassed and ashamed of network marketing or multi-level marketing. And you got to get to peace with that. If you really want to be a good recruiter, you're going to have to make peace with that. And I know that there's a stigma out there, but anybody that ever says, is this a pyramid scheme? It's your first clue they don't know anything. Because nobody that actually has done the homework and done the research or ever been in a company like, they would never, ever say that. They'd go, is this network marketing? Is this multi-level marketing? They would say it with a tone of, professionality as an industry and all this, but anybody who ever says this is a pyramid scheme, it's your first clue they're ignorant.
Yeah.
They might be very smart and know a lot about stuff in life, but they don't really know about this. That's just, an opinion that doesn't have a lot of fact behind it. But you can't let that suck the life out of you mentally and emotionally. Now, of all these so-called, pyramid schemes or opportunities that are out there, which more and more people now are looking for opportunity, I think we're like number 27 in the world now, right? Of all companies selling anything,
yeah.
But we're the only travel company in this global 100, the top 100 companies in the world. And this is where you got to learn to fall in love with what you have. Like, to have a company that is as unique as ours, when you have 7 billion people on the planet, 7 billion brains, okay, the God-given creativity, okay, we're all equal. Man, woman, black, white, old, young, college, we're all equal, okay? You break us open, we got the same brain, we got the same heart, we got the same soul, and, don't buy into all this noise going on around the world, okay? This country against this country, this color against that color. It's just a bunch of bull. That may be the real world, but people are sick of that real world. They want to come join our world, WorldVentures, Wayne's World,
yeah.
where we love and appreciate each other, right? It's all about your attitude. It's all about the core values. So this is where you're building your travel club within our travel club. And these core values have nothing to do with skin color. And so many of the world religions are based on these core values and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Like, just how to treat people. So if you don't like this, then don't join us. But these core values are all about how are you going to be with each other? And you as an individual, when you're by yourself, when it's just you in your own head and it's you laying in bed at night, you got all these worries going on, all this shit going on, you got your own mess to deal with. How are you going to judge anybody else? We care about making you the best you can be. And then like attracts like. So there's you as an individual, and there's you and your spouse, and you already know how hard that is.
Yeah.
2 people, more than half, ending in divorce. What is that? I mean, when you just take two people and they can't get along, why are we going to expect the whole world to get along?
Exactly.
let's not go try and solve that big problem. Let's just worry about ourselves. Let's worry about our own spouse. Let's worry about our own kids and our own family. Let's make strong family. So WorldVentures, yeah, we're all about family values and building the family unit. And most of the time, that's really about building good men. Because most of the breakdown is really about men. And I don't know. What does that mean? Women are better than men? I don't know. But more peaceful, nicer, something. I don't know. Probably a little crazier, but better. No play. I'm joking. Speaking of crazy women, my wife's bringing me a snack. I've already been working a lot today. Here's my honey. Look, here's Sarah. Hey.
I must be crazy.
She brought me some eggs.
There we go.
Awesome.
There we go. So
I'm eating breakfast.
while Wayne has some
It's
breakfast,
like 1 in the afternoon. I haven't eaten breakfast yet.
Oh,
so while Wayne has some breakfast, Wayne, I'm going to ask everyone on the call, and we're streaming this on Facebook. Can we get everybody to take Wayne's World and WorldVentures core values, and can you post them? Can you blast them on every single Facebook group, on every single WhatsApp group? Let's make people reconnected with our core values. Take a photo.
bring it back a little bit. There we go. Awesome.
And let's promote every single Facebook page. Let's promote everybody being part of Wayne's World and our core values with WorldVentures. Because if they see those WorldVentures values, they're going to want to be part of our family for sure.
You know, Wayne, I want to thank you so much for being on this call. This call is actually maxed out, by the way. And funny enough, Sally and I had you on a call a little while ago. It was actually autumn in your home. You were in your back garden, and we were so mesmerized by your oak trees at the back with the golden leaves just falling as you were talking, and we were just captivated by that. So to have you on the call back like 2 months later, we are so blessed and humbled. There we go.
Oh my goodness,
And now it's
now
green.
they're beautiful and green. Look at that.
The amazing season.
I know, man.
So Wayne, that's such a good example that all the seasons are going to come and go, guys. And the season that we've been in now, I think what Wayne's teaching us is that this season too shall pass, and we're all going to be traveling. Wayne, we've actually just maxed out a mini mega dream trip here in South Africa, literally within 10 days. And like you said, the team has got together and everybody that's traveling together. So you taught us such a valuable lesson.
Look, back in 07, 08, 09, we were a USA company. And the USA, you know, had all the money and all this. And here in America, it was all about home ownership, and everybody gets a house and the American dream. And it didn't matter. They were called it no doc loans, no documentation loans. So the government mandated everybody gets a house, whether you can qualify for it or not. It doesn't matter. Everybody gets a house, right? Well, the bankers know that's going to end bad. So the legislators that want to get reelected, they say, hey, let's write the rules. Let's make sure everybody gets out. So it's just, there's things that are just not going to work. And we can test things out, and we'll be the guinea pigs, and we'll be the experiment. Be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you hope for, because somebody might give it to you, and then you're going to pay for it in lots of different ways. So the world wound up paying for, you know, America's, you know, real estate boom. And then that debt got put off around the world, and the money never disappeared. Money just flows, okay? Especially big money, institutional money. And so it flowed into China. We caught the China wave. China gave rise to Australia, Canada, you know, natural resources, even money flowing from China into Africa. You know, they're diversifying around the world. So you just people gotta become more business-minded, entrepreneurial-minded, global-minded. Y'all gotta wake up about what's going on and stop thinking about you in your little neighborhood or your city and state or your family. You got to start thinking bigger than that and more long-term than that. And so for me, I mean, 10 years, 20 goes by in a snap. I mean, it's like it was yesterday. But when you can separate from your own life okay, and your own issues, and rise above it and go, okay, what the heck's going on in the world? And where am I and where do I fit in? Because too many people just feel so small and weak and insignificant and like a ping pong ball in the ocean, and they're getting pushed around. And when you have awareness and you're a part of leadership and mentorship where we're pouring into you to give you some awareness, you can start to have a strategy, and a plan for your life. And we're going to help you accomplish that, whatever your goals are, because you're surrounded by people that are that caring. And when you succeed, we succeed. So if you help other people get what they want, you'll automatically get what you want. So how can I help you get what you want if you don't know what you want? And if you don't know what you want, you ain't motivated. So let me get you dreaming again. Okay. And then once you've got big ideas and big goals and big dreams, I've got a vehicle to help you do it. I'm a mentor that can help you, do it and take advantage of the opportunity. But it doesn't matter if all of a sudden I help you succeed for you to lose it all because you don't know what's going on in the world and what really matters. And so, yes, the way you think matters, the way your spouse matters, your family matters, your network, your net worth is directly proportionate to your network. And so you got to be very intentional, very conscious about the network you're building. You don't want everybody. You don't want everybody in your life. Okay. The Bible says have fewer friends. Okay. And so it's you and God, then it's you and your spouse and you and your kids, and you start to resonate out from there. Then it's your, extended family and friends and coworkers and then it's your community and your city and state and country. And then it's, so what we're trying to do is get you strong in your core and then have you become a powerful person in your own life, a powerful person in your family, a powerful person in community and all that. But we're the ones that you can plug into when you're not having that awareness. You're not thinking that way right now because you're just in need. And that's what, just know our intention is to meet you where you're at. It's okay that you're broke financially, and you might be broke mentally. You might be broke emotionally. That's okay with us. The question for us is, are you ripe and ready, to change? And if you just want to be stuck and throw a pity party, and be in victimhood, then, I got to go. I got to go work with all the people that are ready. Okay. Because if I stay here and camp out with you, which I love you as a person, I'm not helping all the people that are ready for me to help. That's right. Okay. And that's how we want to raise you up. Let's start with where you're at, because we got plenty of stories, thousands and thousands of stories of people, when we met them, they had no money. They were broke. Okay. But they were sick of being broke. And they had the right attitude about, okay, I don't expect something for nothing. I don't expect the government to come solve my problems for me. If I can plug in to a network of people like y'all with a low price point, but very high potential, and you're going to help me do it, wow, thank God. And so all of a sudden, here we go. And we change each other's lives. And so if you're starting out with nothing, but you have a vision, you have a common vision with us, and the path that we're showing in front of you. And we're just going to get you to this level, and we're going to get you to this level, and we're going to get you to this level. And that's in our compensation plan, but it's also in travel, right? It's like, okay, I can't afford a plane ticket, but I can drive down the road and go to this hotel. Or now I can afford a plane ticket in my country, but I can't afford to go outside of my country. Okay, then we'll do that for a while. Then, okay, now we're going to get you outside of your country. Okay, now, and it just gets more and more luxurious. And so there is a certain place where all of a sudden you couldn't even imagine it when you started, but now all of a sudden you're chartering a private plane with other top leaders that you're now friends with, okay, that are either in your downline that you groomed up and raised up, as unimaginable as that might be for you right now, being the student, and you feel like I'll probably never be the teacher. Right now you're the follower and you're wondering, will I ever be the leader? The answer is yes. If you'll just wake up every day, plug into us, put one foot in front of the other, because none of us, I'm not better than you. You're not better than me either, but but I'm not better than you. I know things you don't know yet. I've done things you haven't done yet, but I don't know anything you can't learn, and I haven't done anything you can't do. And you know, for us, it's very rewarding and very fulfilling to help bring you along. So all I'm saying is we're positioning to have something for everybody. We're not just going after titanium and the creme de la creme. There's more government money printing right now all over the world. So there's going to be more rich people than ever before that have the money. But when you're broke, you think nobody has any money. No, that's you. You're broke. But when the government prints all this money, there's going to be a lot of people with a lot of money. Okay? More people with money than ever before. You got to understand that. So yeah, what we got to do is all these masses that it's true, they're kind of being sold out, they're kind of being enslaved, but there is a way out. And you gotta have to have an opportunity to get out. Okay, if you're counting on this local job a lot of times that's now out of business because of the lockdown, that ain't gonna happen. That's a bad plan. If you're waiting for that to come back, that's a bad plan. If you're waiting for the government to step in, that's a bad plan. Yeah. Plugging into a Zoom like this, that's a good plan. Plugging into leaders like this, leading this, that's a good plan. A company like this that cares about you, that's a good plan. So even the people that I haven't even met yet, the truth is I care about you. I got enough abundance in my mind, enough abundance in my heart to care about you. It's like you chose this company. There's lots of companies you could have chosen. There's lots of opportunities. You chose this one, and I thank you for it, and I care about you. This is servant leadership, and I can't do it by myself. I'm one guy. I do my part as the founder of the company, the CEO of the company. I do my part. I do my little part, but I couldn't do it without our management, all our other executives, Eddie, Marcus Seta, Sasha, and Sally, Andrew, our COO, I got a whole team around me that helps me serve you. And when you have leadership on the rise, your company's on the rise. So do we want you to rise up in the field and become a better leader and represent our brand around the world? No, absolutely. It's the same thing. But when you're on the rise, our company's on the rise, and we're staffing up inside the company, and we're building towards the future and all that kind of thing. But we're a company that, even though we're 15 years old and we're going on $5 billion in total revenue, and in over 40 countries, we feel like it's day one. We feel like we're a startup, and over time, we've averaged, our, 30,000 new, members or reps a month. And for any company, that's just a good, solid, growth curve. And you gotta have the vision for yourself and your team first. But I could tell you, I always go back to basics. In times like this, you always go back to basics. What do you need to be doing right now? What do you need to do over the next 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, before boot camp, everything? You gotta get over these fears and this internal dialogue and you can't be afraid to prospect. You can't be afraid to recruit. If you'll get sold out, you'll believe that when you're out prospecting and recruiting, you're doing other people a favor. And that's if you're prospecting and recruiting when you're out in public, and you're using the 3-foot rule business card. But nowadays, a lot of that's happening online. And all you want to do online is get that quick, yes or no. That quick, are you interested or not? Are you open or not? You shouldn't be doing a full-blown pitch to unqualified prospects. You should learn how to qualify your prospects. If I could show you a way to make an extra $1,000, $2,000 a week, would you be interested? Yes or no? If I could show you a way to, get in the travel business with me, and all of a sudden, we're taking a vacation every month together. If that could even ever happen, would you be interested? If I can show you we make an extra $1,000, $2,000 a week, and you and I take a vacation every month together, would that be cool? Would you be open to that? And you just come up with a statement that creates that curiosity, and that curiosity is what's going to make them look. But as soon as you make them curious and you go into sales mode or pitch mode, well, now you're into telemarketing, or Zoom marketing, and that's not what it is. It's network marketing. It's about the network you're building. So it's, what is your vision of your group, of your travel club within our travel club? And that's why I like dream trips better than vacations, because every time I go on a dream trip and we're doing all the excursions together, first there's the welcoming party. Anybody that booked on Expedia or booking.com, they ain't at the welcoming party. They don't have a host there. We have the host there. We have our own welcoming party. We're there. And then we do our own excursions. Oh, and when we're on our excursions, we're having a blast because we feel like we have this permission, because we have this thing in common. We have this thing in common called dream trips and the "you should be here" sign, and who our uplines are and how they're friends with each other. And I've seen you on Facebook. So it's all of a sudden we go on a dream trip and it's a totally different experience than a vacation. Well, how do you price that? How do you put a price tag on that? I'm telling you, if somebody's paying, $50 a month at Gold, and that's $600 a year, or they're paying $100 at $1,200 a year. As soon as you get on a dream trip, the experience is worth the money. And nobody that's never been on a dream trip can say otherwise. It's like your opinion doesn't matter. It just doesn't count. You can't talk about the value of a dream trip until after you've been on a dream trip, because you're just oblivious. It's kind of like, if I were to tell you about this cool roller coaster ride, and the roller coaster kind of went up like this and then went down like this and did these loops and all this, man, I did that, and it was so fun. There's no amount of me talking and trying to describe this roller coaster ride than you actually just get your butt on the roller coaster ride and woohoo, you feel it for yourself. Then you'll be like, that's you. So anybody that talks about a dream trip, that's like talking about a roller coaster ride. Okay, it's just weak. It means nothing. Go on the roller coaster. Go on a dream trip. And then ask, is it worth the money? And the answer will be absolutely yes. I want to go on another one. In fact, we book a trip from a trip. You'd be on a dream trip. So we just had like a group in Mexico. One of the first, companies and groups into Mexico do the resort takeover. And, everybody's having a blast. Everybody's so happy to be together. We're getting treated like we always do with the owners of the property on the dream trip. But like I was talking to Martin, they're in New Orleans, right? And I don't know, for you around the world, New Orleans is this very musical city. They got the Cajun food, the Mardi Gras, all this. So when we did our dream trip last weekend to New Orleans, we take over this restaurant. We got to work with the city to bring in a band and have a band play the dream trip. And it's a really good band. And I'm telling you, the restaurant owner is crying. The band members are crying, going, finally, we feel like our city is back. They're afraid, like, we're going to have to close down. And from that trip, we booked the next New Orleans trip. Dude, I'm just telling, and the dream trippers are loving it. And there's a certain amount of this that doesn't feel like I just got a good deal on a trip, or I may have earned that. I bought it at wholesale. It's a tax write-off because I'm in the travel business, or, there's all these things that it just makes sense. But you actually get on the trip and there's something soulful about it. It makes all the logical sense in the world from a money standpoint. You're having a lot of fun, which is kind of a heart standpoint. But when you come together as human beings with this kind of connection with the restaurant owner and the band and dream trippers, and it's euphoric, I'm telling you, it's touching you at a soul level. And there's just no other company that does that. There's no other product that does that. So what we have is one of a kind. It's truly unique. And if you believe in it that way, you're going to be way better at recruiting. You're going to be a way better leader. And if you're not, it's not a problem with us. It's a problem with you. You got to get out of your own way. You got to get at peace with this. And so as the visionary, as the owner and the co-founder and the visionary of it all, it was easier for me than most people to be excited about my vision. And so you're joining the vision. It might not have been your vision. Okay, it doesn't matter. You can still get really excited about the vision and have that common vision. And you can really be in tune with the vision. And you put your brand on it. Okay? Dream trips, it's not just me. I'm one guy, like I said. Okay? You're a part of the brand. I'm telling you, all you people out there, you got this unique thumbprint, these unique fingerprints. You put your hand on it. All of a sudden, you make it just a little bit different. You make it a little bit more special, make it a little bit more unique. Because as much as I love Sally and Andrew and what class they are, and how smart and fun and everything they are, over time, we just kind of get used to each other. It's like we have all these things we love about each other, okay, that we already know that we have in common and all this, but then you come along. And all of a sudden, we're sitting back eating and drinking, sitting next to each other, watching you act the fool. Watching you get silly, watching you have fun. And then, you know what I'm saying? Because we're already so connected, but we're watching the new people have fun. and that's enjoyable for us. And then we're the one raising you up, teaching you what we've learned. And that's fun for us. So don't think just because you're the new person or you haven't ranked up, you haven't made money, you ain't been on a dream trip yet. That we don't care about that. We don't care what your rank is. We don't care what your money is. We don't care if you've been on a dream. We just care, are you wanting to go in the right direction? Are you want to put one foot in front of the other today? And we want to be there for you and help you do that today. But anyway, the point is, the world is changing. The world in terms of, travel and the kind of travel we're going to be able to do together. I think, we're going to be able to, there's a way for you to get on a private jet for less than first class, what the price of first class is. There's a way for us to work in small groups to charter a yacht and get that for less than like a nice cruise. Okay. Because again, there's retail, there's wholesale, and there's free. And if you want to travel titanium, then buy titanium.
Yeah.
If you want to travel titanium, sell titanium. Okay. Or platinum. If you show people titanium and it's $1,000 or $200 a month, and all of a sudden then you go, well, the one below that is $300 and $100 a month. It's platinum. Okay. Relative to, I want titanium one day. I can't really afford that right now, but I can afford the $300. I can afford the $100 a month, especially if I'm going to be able to get a good deal on that level of travel, which is all 5-star. This is a book. This is all 5-star hotels around the world. We have the exclusivity on this, okay, in direct sales. So, I mean, this is special, and you got to know your product and go, you're going to have the great trip at the great price and all this, but it's going to be the experience. And then it's going to be, it leads to the next thing, and it leads to the next thing. So if all somebody wants or needs is silver at $25, no, we should be getting everybody on silver at a minimum. But that's not what you sell. It doesn't take a lot of effort or energy to sell silver. Okay? Show people everything and let them pick and choose what fits them best. And if that's silver, okay, great. But if you don't show them the other things, you're already saying no to them. You're already saying no gold for you. You're already saying no platinum for you. You're already saying no titanium for you. You're just deciding for them. Yeah. And I tell you what, you would have shortened my life, my success, my everything if you would have only shown me the small, simple thing, because that's your level of thinking. Absolutely. But if you were brave and bold enough, and fortune favors the bold, if you were bold and brave enough and believing enough to show me everything and then just put it on me, let me choose. Don't you play God and make my decision for me. Show me everything and let me pick and choose. Now, is that more complex for you as a salesperson? Is that more complex for duplication? Yeah, but get used to it. Don't wish it was easier. You get better.
Yeah.
So stop looking for the easy, cheap path. Easy and cheap is going to produce a certain outcome.
Absolutely.
Then there's the middle, gold and platinum. And then there's the high end. If you don't want to get good at the high end, so the way I do it is I show titanium and just show, man, this is the vision that I have for myself. Maybe it's probably the vision that you have for your, in terms of what success looks like to you. If your dreams could become true, I show them titanium. And if you can't afford it right now, that's not a problem. I just want to show you what's available in the future. But if all you can afford right now is platinum or gold or silver, no problem. We're going to have this path for you. But I can tell you at every level it makes sense. It's just, where do you need to start right now? You want to make a little or a lot? A lot. You want to make it fast or slow? Fast. All right. So, then you got to take a business approach to this. So there's what fits you as a customer, leave it alone. There's what fits you, as a rep. There's what fits you as a rep and member. we got to talk through this and take, come up with the best fit for you. And then you plug into us and our system on this. But anyway, so we're coming out of Travel Faster. And creating these experiences that we've always had, but just the whole world banking is changing right now. So when you start watching the cryptos and the Bitcoins and everything that's going on around the world, and we're at war with each other over resources and resources about money, and in this country, that country, countries are at war with each other because of resources. So this always happened, but there's a whole thing in life. There's a whole transition going on in the world. You got to be a little bit in tune with this, and you don't care when it's like, well, I don't care because I don't have any money, so it just doesn't even matter to me. Well, it kind of needs to matter to you so you can see your future and what we're going to be able to do together for your future. So what I'm saying is, banking has tightened up. And I've been through this cycle 4 times with like my parents in the 80s, where in the 80s, real estate, oil, my dad was a very successful businessman, real estate. Okay. So liquidity dried up, and in the whole Dallas-Fort Worth metroplex here, millions of people, there was only one commercial real estate property that moved that whole year because the banking tied up. And my dad, I remember him telling me he had this whole real estate deal, this big real estate play, because he kept leveraging up, had this whole neighborhood, golf course neighborhood, everything. And it didn't get funded. And I remember him telling me, he was brilliant. My dad was a smart, genius guy, this big plan. He tells me, he says, son, I'm telling you, nobody, and I mean nobody on the planet could have put that deal together better than I did. He just couldn't understand why it didn't go through. And it was something bigger than him. It was the macroeconomics, and the whole banking tightened up. It wasn't just him. It was every real estate person or every business that got affected. And he didn't know that until later. So a lot of times you and I, as the reps, we're the canaries in the coal mine. We feel things before the news tells us what's going on. Like here in America, they just announced we're in a recession, but they're saying that we started the recession back in February, or well, actually 8 months ago. Mm-hmm. So before coronavirus, before the lockdown, all this. But once you understand, the American dollar and the reserve currency of the world, it's been going on for like 50 years. And that there's been record debt and what Warren Buffett calls derivatives and financial weapons of mass destruction, and that there's all this world debt now. And back with us, it was CDOs, and later on it became CLOs. You're going to start hearing all this vernacular, right, that might not mean much to you, but it's money, and money to you is like oxygen. So you need oxygen every 2 minutes or you're going to die. You need water, every 2 days or whatever it is, or you're going to dry up and die. You need food every 2 weeks or so, whatever, you're going to die. How often do you need money? Now, in today's world, the way we're all hyper-connected and stuff, you need money. And so you need to know money and the history of money, the subject of money, and leverage and all this. And so we're a company that wants to teach you that. But Africa needs this because again, when banking around the world tightens up, you're going to feel it in Africa more so than other, regions of the world, other countries in the world, more than America, because we're the reserve currency. We're the most, protected. But emerging markets, like you feel it more. And so God bless you. I mean, I respect you. I appreciate you and your internal fortitude, your hunger, your desire, your passion to find a way to, to get yourself set free and have some fun and a quality life. And I do think, we're that answer, but we got to get you thinking bigger than your local city, state, country, region. That's the nice thing about WorldVentures is you can plug into leadership like this. Like this is a worldwide thing going on. Sally, you said, I'm on from, Dallas, Texas. You're on in Africa. You said that there's people from Asia and other parts of the world on. Here we are on Zoom, communicating with people all over the world, and it's our opportunity that brought us together. You're the kind of people that I would want to be friends in my life anyway. No opportunity. Just, I would love to be friends with you and travel with you. And that's who we're attracting. And that's why dream trips are so special, because it is business-minded people, entrepreneurial people, optimistic people, adventurous people. All the bah humbug negative people, they don't join the travel club. They don't join WorldVentures. They don't join they go, no, I'm safe and secure in my job. That's all I want. I don't really care about, making more money in the future or that. No, we're all saying, if you're telling me there's an opportunity that's growing around the world and I can join you in that opportunity, it's based on travel and we can, that's a fun product. It's a fun lifestyle. Okay. Again, we're filtering out who's not the best fit for us, but they're probably a better fit somewhere else.
Yeah.
And maybe they're the inventor of Zoom. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And we're going to use Zoom to build our travel club. Maybe they're the inventor of the next iPhone, and we're going to use their iPhone to build our, so I'm not going to, so, but the ones that do say yes to us, that's who we got to love on and take care of every day and partner with and help. And that's what happens. We help each other succeed. But too many people feel like they're the power of one. And when you're an individual and you're the power of one, you just feel so weak and small. And that's the thing they beat into us in the Marine Corps, in the military, is teamwork. Teamwork will get you through. Teamwork will get you through. And they just beat it in your head. And if anytime you act like an individual, or like in sports, be a ball hog, or something like that, you don't play team, you don't pass the ball, you don't win games, you don't win championships. You gotta have, you gotta get above yourself, man, and you might not be the best salesperson. Who cares? Go recruit one. You might not, want to travel. You might not want to travel, but go recruit people who do, or sell to people who do. Just recruit your weakness. You might not have time. Okay, recruit somebody that has time. You might not be a good presenter. Recruit somebody who's a good presenter. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I mean by get out of your own way. If you find a good company, and a good company is good people, that's what a good company is. It's good people with a good idea, a common vision, right? That's who we are. I know who I am. I know who I'm surrounded with. I know you as leaders. We're a good company. So now that's what you can hope. That's the best you can hope for in life in today's world is you be hungry and find a good company. And that's what we are. And if you if travels, if you can see that could be a good all around quality of life, because I think travel touches every aspect of your being, spiritual, physical, emotional, intellectual, and financial. And that's what we want WorldVentures to be. That when you join WorldVentures, we're going to touch every aspect of your being and just help grow you in all those areas. And that's not something that we force on you. It's something you opt into. It's something we do together. We're on this journey together. But we feel good to have found another group of people that they're intentional about creating their dream life. And the way you're going to create your dream life is to become intentional about yourself spiritually, about your physical being, about your emotional connections, your friendships and relationships, about your intellectual hobbies and interests and pursuits, golfing, scuba diving, snow skiing, and all that, and about your financial, okay? Because you are going to need money all the time. So, and there's a company that's thinking about your financial future so that you can then afford your time back. And with your time, you have more time to think about God. Be still, know that I'm God. You're going to have time to work out and be healthier more and be less tired, right? You're going to get better. You're going to have time for your relationships, whether it be your spouse and your kids or even friendships. You're going to have more time for your hobbies and your interests. So we want to solve that financial one. But as long as you're trying to be the power of one with no residual income, but you got residual bills, you're not going to get ahead. But once you know what your residual bills are, and all of a sudden we can just help you for 1 month, 3 months, 5 months, 6 months. That's always my target. 3 to 6 months, I'm trying to build somebody a residual income that's bigger than all their residual bills. And I've always been able to do that as a leader because I'm good as a leader. Okay, I'm able to lay out that clear path and then plug them into me as a servant leader. And that's not me saying I'm great. That's me saying I'm really good at what I do for other people, because that's my prayer. I say, okay, God, you gave me any skill, you gave me any ability, you gave me any kind of mindset. Let me use that for other people. So what happens is I get people to join, I get them to plug in and just, come with me, follow my lead. Here's the path. And we're going to make you, let me teach you how to be a prospector, and then become a master prospector. So then you never run out of leads. You never run out of people to talk to. You should never run out of people to talk to. Okay, that's the first. So that's the first and foremost. When you're a master prospector, whether it be offline or online, you never run out of people to talk to. So then you become a master inviter to look at the information. That's just setting a good appointment, learning how to meet people and set an appointment of 30 minutes of their undivided attention. That's the first sell you make. First sell you make is you, right? The connection. Second sell you make, give me the time, give me the 30 minutes to just look at what I've got. No expectation, no pressure. Make your presentation, okay? Be a master presenter. Then you become a master enroller, answering all the questions and all that kind of stuff. And then you become a master trainer. What do we train people to do? Prospect and invite, prospect and invite. But that's bringing it back to basics. And right now, everybody needs to focus on the basics. And if you're watching the news, you ain't focused on the basics. Okay? You're being a consumer of the news rather than a creator of your life.
Wow.
That's terrible.
That's profound.
I mean, how much money are you making watching the news?
Exactly.
How's you watching the news really changing anything?
Exactly.
And if you go join in on that, look, God didn't make everybody to do everything. So you got to do what you're called to do. If you are called to go do that, to get into politics, if you're called to get into this, if you're called to fine, go do it. But if you're just watching it and consuming it, and that's not your calling, all you're doing is wasting your time and wasting your life and not growing and not improving. What you need to do is decide what is yours to do. And if yours is to say, okay, yeah, I like that vision to travel the world with my friends and family, and that be my job and that be my career, and to help other people do the same thing and show other people how to do the same thing. So my number one motivation is freedom. And there's too many people that don't even have the freedom. It's like, if you want to travel, you got to have some freedom, because if you want to travel, but you have a job or a boss that's not paying you enough, so you don't even have the money. But even if you have the money, they won't give you the time off. You can't go. And there's so many people that are trapped in that. They're trapped. They feel like, I'm working all the time and I got no money. There's no freedom right there. You have hardly any freedom to just think. No freedom to stop and meditate. Well, that's what you need to do first, is stop and meditate, stop and pray. And then all of a sudden that'll make room for something like this to show up. You'll be more open-minded to people like us actually trying to help you, that there's a win-win here. If we help you, we succeed too. That our success is tied to your success. That's very symbiotic. That's what I love about the business. The only way I succeed is to help other people. That's what I love about network marketing. So to me, that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. And that I'm proud of it, because most jobs you got to step on other people to get ahead. It feels like there's all that corporate politics. There's no sense of purpose. There's no sense of mission. There's no meaning. But with WorldVentures, you can bring a lot of meaning here, and you can derive a sense of purpose. We do have a good mission. So, but you got to be a leader in that. So we're looking for people that want to grow. We're looking for other leaders. We're not saying when you join, we want to keep you down and we want to be the leaders and we're not going to make room for you. We're saying, no, we're going to try and raise you up. And if you actually grow bigger than me, if you actually make more money than me, woohoo, that'd make me happy and excited. I'll get a sense of fulfillment and achievement out of that. If you succeed more than me and pass me up, wow, I'm gonna be your number one cheerleader. So, but that's personal growth, because there's a lot of people that say, if I help you and you pass me up, now I want to take credit for it and I want to try and sabotage you because that makes me feel bad that I knew about it first and now you pass me up. See, that's personal development. But in our world, We don't want that to happen. That doesn't happen because we're constantly learning and growing, you know, and you know, I always passed up everybody, you know, and you know, Matt Morris passed me up one time, then I passed him up again, but no, he's one of the best in the world now, yeah. You know, when I met Matt and Jefferson, you know, that here's Matt. Matt was living at home with his mom, 24 years old, you know, living paycheck to paycheck. And I inspired Matt, but Matt, you know, is a very self-motivated guy. Okay. And he's very smart and he has his own story in life and he has his own things that drive him, but he cares about every aspect of being. He cares about being a good person, a good dad, a good businessman, a good marketer, a good everything. Okay. He does a great job. Then he inspires Sasha and Sasha's out. But, you know, Jefferson, when I met him, you know, he was living at home with his mom and living paycheck to paycheck. But I'm a guy that I was already succeeding big, making over $1 million a year. I like these guys. I partnered up with them too. I went and ran with them every day. And that's the thing. It's always about quality, not quantity. As soon as I find somebody that's got a quality mindset, dude, I pour into them. I will much rather have them than any celebrity. I will much rather have them than anybody who just talks a good game or whatever. I mean, that's why I don't care. I don't, you know, these guys have to be guys and they happen to be young, but no, I mean, it's anybody, you know. There's just no, there's no, when you look at the leaders in our company, there's men and women, there's black and white, there's old and young, there's people that have a college degree and people that don't have a college degree. There's, you know, heavy and skinny, you know, we're smart and stupid. You know, we got everybody. So hey, as long as you're smart enough to recruit your weakness, as long as you're smart enough to just stay plugged in and stuff, hey, you can actually, you ain't got to be the smartest thing to succeed big time here. So, you know, that's all I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to say, let us inspire you. Go study the people that have come before you and succeeded and let them inspire you. But at some point you got to learn to be self-motivated. Yeah. And we're just here to work, you know, with you every day and alongside you. I told these guys, you know, you give me 100%, I'll give you 200%. But you'll quit. I told them you'll quit on you before I quit on you.
Yeah.
And there's been in my career, there've been plenty of people that quit along the way, and I'm like, okay, next, I go get the next one, and I help them. But you know, Matt and Jefferson are a couple of guys that never quit. You know, and they'd come at times they wanted to, and they came to me with a problem or an issue or something, and they got their head down and they want to quit. And they're like, well, what should I do? I'm like, quit. Yeah. And because if this is going to bug you this much right now, I promise you something worse is coming down the pipe. Okay. If you want to quit right now over this, you're going to want to quit later over something bigger. So just go ahead and quit now. Save yourself a bunch of time, save me a bunch of time. I'm going to go get another one. See what I mean? And they know I was serious about it because I'm thinking big and I'm thinking long term and I'm going through whatever. And it's like, if you're not going to have the right, you know, mindset and heart to go, then, you know, I got to go. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. People need that. They need, you know, at a time they needed that. And so we'll get into boot camp series right now. Man, that's how you got to be. You know, because you're not required to re-enlist in the military. So when you have a bunch of generals in the military, they weren't forced to keep re-enlisting in the military to the one day they become a general. They had to choose to re-up. They had to choose to re-up. You understand? Because it's like a 2-year commitment, it's a 4-year commitment, it's a 6-year commitment, and then you have the option to re-enlist or not. And there's plenty of people that have chosen to keep re-enlisting. And that's what you're going to have to do with WorldVentures at every rank. But what you need to know about WorldVentures is there's no number 2 option. There's no second choice. There's no other travel company that beats us on this part of it, the hotel part of it. There's no other company that does dream trips, gold and platinum, and there's no other company that's going to have titanium. We have the mix all around the world. And then we have the things that I'm adding for your future that's going to make you more money and more wallet share. So what I can tell you right now, what you do today matters. The things that the contract I was working on this morning, everything. I got big projects that I'm working on that make you more money, give you more wallet share. Okay. And I want you to make more money. Because I want you to just be able to travel and be more influential. I want you to be able to travel at titanium level, all these things. So there's things I'm working on that we're already better than everybody. We're already alone. There's nobody else in our category. Okay, but you got to know that and believe that and be more impactful. But we're not leaving it alone. We're not staying there. We're adding these things, and so the processing is going to get better. For around the world and for Africa, the product's going to get better. Just our online presence and a lot of things we're going to be doing online is going to generate a lot of buzz. Is going to be big. Sachin's going to be, he's going to kill it. Sachin's going to make a lot of money because he's groomed himself to take advantage of the things we're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's just, as the company gets better and you get better and you add those two things, it's like big. Well, Sachin's been that guy that's constantly making himself better.
Yeah.
And as the company's getting better with Sachin, it's like, he's going to make, epic,
now, when you talk
money.
about getting better, now we got boot camp Europe, what happened last weekend.
This weekend.
This weekend. And I saw on social media that people were complimenting you specifically on probably the best speech that they've ever heard. Now, Africa are having our boot camp next weekend. And we just want to close off with our last question, talking about training. You're talking about boot camp as well, and development. This call is still maxed out, 503 people. And there's probably some people on the call right now that probably haven't bought their boot camp ticket right now. Can you please speak into that person as we close and tell them why they should be at that boot camp?
Yeah, the best investment you can ever make is in yourself. And if you're being cheap with yourself, you're being cheap with developing your brain, if you're being cheap with building your network, I mean, there's a problem there. And the problem ain't with us. It's with you. And the problem ain't with the training. It's with you. So you get, and there's not another company that trains like we do. You can't, the training that we do is specific to us, our company. It's specific to our product. It's specific to our comp plan. It's specific to our strategies and everything and our future. You can't get this on YouTube. You can't get this reading other books.
Right.
You got to plug into the training that's going on right now, boot camp, to get the latest information, the latest training, what's working now to position us for the future. And if you're going to treat this business like a business, you got to pay for the training. And you're never one and done. You can never say, I went to a training and now I need to never go to another training again. Like motivation, motivation is like bathing or like a shower, wears off. You got to keep doing it. But training evolves too. And every time you hear it, you're listening at a different level. When you first go to a training, if you're brand new, it's like you're sitting there watching in the audience and you're being a consumer and you're being a student and the person speaking and training is the teacher and the trainer and you're being a student trainer. But then the next time you listen, you hear a little bit more. And then the next time you listen, you start to imagine yourself there one day. And the next time, so now you're taking notes as if I'm going to repeat that. Oh, I'm going to write that down. Oh, I'm going to do, and so you start to envision yourself as the trainer, not just the student, And so the more you plug into these trainings, at first you're being very selfish and you're just thinking about, I need the good idea. I need the training. But as you keep going and you do get better and you listen at a deeper level, you start imagining yourself as the trainer. And that's where you need to get to. And if you ever do that with our live events, like we normally do boot camp live, that's one thing, being live and on stage. But now with Zoom, okay, it's one thing for me to just plug in and watch the training and take my notes as the training's going on and plug into Zoom and make some comments and things. Okay, that's one experience. It's a whole nother experience of, okay, when I'm going to be one of the trainers on Zoom. It's a whole nother thing when I'm going to lead the effort to set up the whole Zoom and be the host of everything. You understand? Yeah. So there's layers here. And so we're talking to all different kinds of people at all different levels. So your level right now is just buy the ticket. Just get on. You need it. And the most important training is the next one. And we build from training to training. I would much rather get somebody on a training event than either sell them the product right off or even make them a rep right off. Either one. I'd rather get them on a training, because when they get a sense of who we are, which I don't know, we can do that, but when they get a sense of the quality of people we have, and that comes through in our trainers, it's like, wow, I have found a powerful network. I found a group of mentors that I would be proud to follow. I mean, I like these people, and they're smart, and they know what they're doing when it comes to this. And if I can do what they've done, wow. And you know what? You can, because I knew all these people in the beginning. You know, I knew Matt Morris in the beginning. I knew Jefferson in the beginning. I knew Jeff and Troy in the beginning. I knew Martin Rove in the beginning. You know, it's like Byron. I mean, these powerful trainers, I'm telling you, I knew them in the beginning, you know, and we're all proud of each other, you know, and we all did it, you know, with each other. And even if you're starting out, you got to imagine the day that you and your group, it's your Jefferson and Matt, and your team is that, you know, your team can be that powerful. And right now, you need this, because we're about to go on our legacy run. We're not a startup trying to get through the startup phase, the first 2 years, right? 2 to 4 years. And over 90% of those failing out of business. Once you make it past 10 years, 15 years, the odds are you're 90% likely to stay in business and only 10% likely to go out of business. And what you need to know about WorldVentures right now is we built this worldwide footprint, and now we're supporting a worldwide company. It becomes way more complex for our level of leadership here and in the field and everything. But then all of a sudden you go through some battles together, you go through some storms together, whether it be within your company or whether it be because of the macroeconomics and what's going on in the world with coronavirus and other things. Once you weather these things together, so WorldVentures, the way we're positioned right now is we have this worldwide leadership. We're friends with each other. We like each other. We're unified. And we've had a taste of what's possible, and we have a common vision. So now you don't run up to 1 billion again. You go right past to 2.5 billion. When you hit 2.5 billion, you're going, holy cow, we're doing so good. And we're so uniquely positioned as a high-tech company and a high-touch company, and with the right product mix and all the right price points. Dude, we can make that run to number one. And so right now, that's what you're going to be a part of with WorldVentures next, is the transition to where we add the supporting line of products. So we're going to have we're always number one on travel and dominate the travel business. And we're the Mary Kay of travel and everything there. We're known as the travel company and all of direct sales and network marketing and everything. But then as we add the supporting product mix and give you more wallet share and you make more money and everybody's getting stronger around the world, we open up more countries because now we're more diversified than ever. This is where you go on the legacy run. And you can't go on your legacy run until you have that worldwide footprint. You can't go on the legacy run until that worldwide footprint of leaders have been battle tested. Who cares if you're around the world, but you ain't never been tested? Yeah. But once you have that worldwide footprint and you're tested and you have these product mixes and price points, now you can go on that legacy run. That's where the big money has not been made, not even close. The big money is about to be made for the people who catch the vision now and who go to work now. Well, it first starts with you going to the training right now. And then you'll be able to maximize the opportunity, you know, and the messaging of the product and everything we're doing. But the things I'm working on to have ready by boot camp, to announce at boot camp, to co-create with the leaders and where we're going in the future. And I'm talking the things I'm working on are 1 month away, 2 months away, 3 months away. And these are each one of them is over 100 million, hundreds of millions, and how much of that do you want? So I'm going to give you the product. I'm going to give you the opportunity and make this where it's just going to be a much bigger, broader, opportunity for the modern world, for today's world. And you're going to be able to capitalize on it if you're trained. But you got to buy the ticket to boot camp and get trained. And then you'll come out of that. And as leaders and as salespeople, we have vision and we're storytellers, and we're kind of, in the know and in the mix of what's going on, and got a sense of what's coming. And you're going to get all that from boot camp. But if you won't save any money by not buying the ticket to boot camp, you won't save any money. You will cost yourself
Absolutely.
years. You'll cost yourself tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, probably millions. And the way, let me give you my insight. I'm not saying this is going to happen for you, but let me tell you how I got good so fast. I always got to $1 million a year in less than a year. I always worked my way up to number one, passing up everybody. And I always got to $1 million a year in less than a year. Here's how I did it. Building from event to event, and always feeling like if I do my job right now that I'm supposed to do anyway, and if I get really believe and sold out and energized to get people enthusiastic and get people to that event, when they see something bigger than me, I'm the guy pushing, man. I'm the guy driving. I'm the guy, and I get them there, and I get them to this event with all these other leaders, and it's not just me now. Now they see the mix of talent. They catch a much bigger vision than just me.
Yeah.
No matter how good I am, how powerful I am, me at my best, I'm never as good as all of us.
Yeah.
So I would much rather get people in front of Mark Cassetta, in front of all our trainers, and I know their light bulb's going to go off. And people make big decisions at big events, even if it happens to be online. If you will be fanatical, if you'll be crazy right now, unrelenting, and get your people to spend a little bit of money, this event's going to be entertaining, okay? It's going to be entertaining. It's going to be fun. It's going to be worth the money. It's better than any book. It's better than any movie. It's better than any night out on the town. It is the best use of your time. It is the best use of your money. Get the ticket, get on there, and expect it to do what it's designed to do, which is change your life until the next event.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
But that's how it goes. But my thing was, I always felt like if I do the push right now and as many people as I can, I get the right one there. Because again, it's never about quantity, it's about quality. But I'm going to go for the quality. I'm going to get who I can there. The quantity, I'm going to get the quantity there, but the quality is going to show up. And when that right quality, if it's only one of them or two of them, because in a binary, you're always building one leg or two legs, right? Two legs. And you can go, and I don't say all I see is IMD. I say all I see is RMD. Because all I'm trying to do is build a tracking center to RMD, and then I'm going to go build another tracking center. I don't build a tracking center to IMD and then go build another IMD position. I build to RMD because it's almost automatic that they're going to become NMD, IMD, right? So all I see is RMD, which is hard enough. I give people there, and then I manage that. Okay, I plug that whole team into my next RMD, or my next IMD position I'm going to build, which is RMD, right? So I build from RMD. So I'm managing each one. That's how I build out multiple tracking centers, but still support everybody, still support the whole. But I'm always my own best worker below me, right? So I'm always RMD below my RMD position. So when I come in below myself, I'm working to be RMD below my and push it up. So, but again, it's about that mind and that heart and that soul that's watching that training, seeing how big we are, unique and special we are, having their light bulb go out, getting sold out on what we do, and then them come out of there and become self-motivated, self-accountable. I'm there to help them and team up with them. but they're going to do it with or without me at that point. And that's my point of this. I get people make big decisions at big events. That's all I'm ever trying to do is do my job, push hard as I can before the event, get them to the event. They get there and they make the big decision. And then my life, my job, everything just became a lot easier. My load just became a lot lighter. So when I first did this with my family and my friends and everybody that I went after right off, and they were blowing me off, right? At first, my family and friends didn't say yes. They told me no. In fact, my two uncles would make fun of me. They'd just rip on me. And, but anyway, it took a lot of mental and emotional toughness to push through that. And even though they had already told me no, and even though they already blown me off and all this, the big event was coming up. And I did my job. I pushed hard to just get them there. Okay? Just trust me. Just get there. It's only for, a couple hours, whatever. Just get there. So I got them there. And I had two rows of people. I'm sitting right here in the middle. I have a row like this on both sides of me, and I have another row like this on the side. And as that event went on, and they're not watching me, as I look down the row at them, they're not looking at me. They're looking at the stage. And they're in it, man. They're paying attention. And I could just see their light bulb go off. When the crowd cheers, they cheer. When the crowd, dude, they're going on the ride, man.
Yeah.
And after that event, they took ownership. I didn't have to push them, poke them, prod them, drive. They got sold out in their own mind, in their own heart, in their own soul. They see an opportunity way bigger than me now.
They sold themselves.
Yeah. And that's the importance of getting your people on this boot camp event. And when you hear the story of the trainers and where they came from, and that they too were broke, living paycheck to paycheck, worried about their future, not knowing if this was real or not knowing if this was possible or not, and now they've done it, and now they're training on you on how to do it, and then there's all the in-between stuff that happens. You will be so happy that you spent the money to buy the ticket to boot camp. You'll be so happy that that's what you're doing with your time that day, is being with us on this boot camp training. And again, I expect it to change your life. Now that's you if you're the only one buying the ticket and going and watching. It will change your life. But if you slowly, but if you actually buy your ticket, then you'll have more integrity when you ask other people to buy their ticket. And then when you get them, when you lead by example and you do first whatever it is you'd ever ask somebody else to do, which is the number one rule in the military as a leader. Okay, leaders eat last, but you lead by example. Okay, so if you'll lead by example, buy your ticket, get on there, you can then, expect them to. But how can you expect somebody to buy the ticket and show up if you're not? So you always lead by example. Do first whatever it is you'd ever ask somebody else to do. You lead by example. You buy your ticket. You get them on. Now when it's you seeing it and feeling it, it's them seeing it and feeling it. You come out of there on the same page with a common vision, the same energy level, and boom, now you can go make a huge difference fast. But if it's just you, yeah, you're going to be more powerful after the event, but not near as powerful as you had just even one more that's seeing it like you see it. And that's all it takes. It's not for, recruit for, and then, do no more. People hear that. It's like recruit for, do no more. No, it's recruit for, pay no more. Not recruit for. But then it's, 12 and, maybe, Jesus had 12, and all this. That's my favorite number. But anyway, my point is that would be my goal. I wouldn't want just one there with me on this event. I wouldn't want just 4. I would make it a goal to have 12.
Yeah.
So there's you plus your 12 watching boot camp together. And then when y'all huddle up afterwards, y'all are going to be ready to rock and roll together.
Can't wait.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
But at a minimum 5, because 5 is like a basketball team where you pass the ball. That's the other thing I taught Matt and Jefferson. Don't be a ball hog, pass the ball. We taught each other how to do 3-way phone calls with each other, how to edify each other and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, my point is, if it's 1 that you got that's seen it like you're seeing it, okay. If it's 4, okay. Go for 5 like a basketball team, but I'd rather have 12. Go for 12.
Wow. And Wayne, 2020 is going to be such a unique year for us because number one, this is the year that we've got to say that success is our duty. We're going to be the people which do the sales and help the worldwide economy to go because we're going to push the travel space, which is going to push everything else. And the second thing out of 2020 is that we now have access to every single boot camp around the world for $50.
Absolutely.
and for
Yeah.
4 weekends in a row. It's crazy.
The travel industry needs us right now more than ever.
That's right.
And it's nice to be needed.
Yeah.
It's good to be needed. And when we show up like we do, like we already are, like I said, we're already doing dream trips again. And our members are loving it. And the property owners are loving it, right? And that's only going to pick up steam. You're going to start seeing more and more proof of this, more and more evidence of this, the pictures, the videos, everything. But just like in the stock market, it's buy low, sell high. You buy when there's blood in the streets. That's how the rich got rich. It's not, okay, everybody's doing it, I'm going to get in at the peak, right? No. This too shall pass. Every politician out there is under pressure to open up their economy. And yes, the biggest product and service out there is travel. Every country out there is wanting to open up, travel. We're the leaders. We're the influencers that got to get people over their fear, because they've been trying to put so much fear in us. But fear is bad, and bad comes from bad. Bad leads to bad. Good comes from good. So when you're a powerful visionary leader and you have a vision for people and you're pouring good into them, good comes from good. Now is, for all of you on this, Zoom, now is when you step up and get your mind right, get your heart right, get your soul right, get powerful, and then you can go make a difference in other people's lives, and you're going to catch this huge upswing.
Now's the time.
But if you're gonna be a follower and you're gonna wait for the upswing and then you're gonna do something, that's not being a leader. That's right. That's not being a visionary, and it's not being a leader. So you should not get off of this Zoom call and not be a leader, and not be a visionary, and not be a leader. I mean, please, oh my God, that would break my heart that after all this, you get off this call and you're not thinking in a visionary way. You're not thinking in a leadership way. Then we really kind of failed to do our job, and we apologize if that's the case. But hopefully, if you get one thing out of this that feeds you, that's all you're ever trying for something like this, or even boot camp. You're looking for one nugget, just one good idea, one thought, one that you can latch onto and maximize that one thing. If you happen to get 3, 4, 5 things out of this, fantastic.
Well, Wayne, we've got so much from you always. It's just such a blessing for us to be on the call with you again. We cannot wait to be at a live event with you again. And we're sorry that your breakfast has gone cold. But we know when you get on a
I'm a
roll,
networker. I'm used to eating cold food.
we're not going to stop you. So
that's a pro networker right there.
Absolutely. So, Wayne, God bless you and your family. And we just really are grateful to have you on this call. Everybody, make sure you push out those core values onto all your groups and Facebook page. Wayne, from us to you, we are sending you love and blessings always. Thank you.
And sincerely, let me say thank you to you all too, because like I said, I know there's lots of things that people could spend their money on in life, spend their time on in life, other products, other opportunities, everything. And I just want to say thank you to everybody that chose us. And, that's why I tell my wife I love her, man. I say, I still choose you. After over 20 years, baby, I still choose you. And for those of you who are still choosing WorldVentures, thank you. God bless you. And we care about you and our future together. So we're working every day, all day long, for you and your family.
There we go. Thank you, Wayne.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sal.
Everything that you do for us. Thank you so much. Can't wait to see you in person again. God bless.
Bye.
Thanks, Andrew. Thanks, Sal.
Yeah.
Bye.